I'm Teacher Kelly. We are going to talk about gerrymandering today. Gerrymandering is very specific to the House of Representatives. Why? Well, gerrymandering has to do with the districts in your state. The districts have to do with the House of Representatives. How many congressmen do you have in your state? There are 2 senators in every state, and that never changes. So the Senate cannot be gerrymandered. Gerrymandering and redistricting. Okay, so we have the US Census every 10 years. So the last one would have been in 2020, and before that, it was in 2010. So every 10 years, ending in 0, the government attempts to count every single person in the United States. What is it? Every 10 years, ending in 0, the US government counts the population. The census asks questions of people in homes and groups living situations, including how many people live or stay in each home, the gender, age, and race of each person. The goal is to count everyone once, only once, and in the right place. So in other words, they don't want to accidentally count someone twice. Maybe somebody is living between 2 places or something like that. Congressional districts. So again, the US Census is taken every 10 years and determines the number of representatives each state gets in the House. The Congressional Act of 1929 froze the total number at 435. 435 House members. After the census, state legislators can redraw districts based on the new population total. Each governor signs on the new districts. So if after the census in 2020, they determine that, hey, a lot of people moved from California to Texas, or a lot of people moved from Texas to Arizona, maybe California is going to lose some seats. Maybe Texas will gain some, but the total number is going to stay 435. How does the government count every single person? Homeless people? Census takers will count people who live outdoors, in transit stations, and at other locations where people are known to sleep in an operation called targeted non-sheltered outdoor locations. Immigrants, this includes naturalized US citizens, non-citizen US nationals, lawful permanent residents, immigrants, temporary migrants, such as foreign students, humanitarian migrants, such as refugees and asylees, and unauthorized migrants. If you don't know, migrants just mean people that move around a lot. So we're even counting homeless, immigrants, legal and illegal, everybody gets counted. How does the government count every single person? What about foreign visitors or diplomats? Foreign citizens are considered to be living in the United States if at the time of census they're living and sleeping most of the time at a US residence. However, citizens of foreign countries visiting the United States on a vacation or for a business trip are not counted. So like an exchange student that comes over and stays here for an entire year, or somebody who's here for their job for 2 years, they do get counted. Someone on vacation for a week in the United States, they don't get counted. Virginia's previous congressional districts. I'm using my own state as an example here. Each congressional district in Virginia elects 1 congressman to the House of Representatives. Why do you think these districts are shaped the way that they are? So look at these districts. So look, this one here, so tiny. And this one here is huge. Why do you think that? Well, it's all based on population. So obviously more people live here than here. This one had to be a bigger land mass or space because less people are living there. So this area up here is much closer to DC. So as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot more people living there. Who makes the districts? So down here we have a color-coded chart, mixed methods. Independent commissions is the yellow states. That means independent, meaning they're not Democrat or Republican or not in the political field at all. Who else? Political appointee commissions and state legislators. Obviously, you can see most of them are done by state legislators. Redistricting in Virginia. This is Virginia's districts in 2020. So I'll let you look at that for a second. The history of gerrymandering. So political parties redraw the districts to their advantage. So if you're a Republican and you want Republicans to win, you're going to draw the districts in a way that helps you to win. You can kind of get an idea of which political parties tend to be in what part of the state, and you're going to draw your districts accordingly. And if you're Democrat, the same thing. Both Republicans and Democrats can gerrymander. So it was named for Massachusetts Governor Elbridge Gerry. In 1812, he helped redistrict Massachusetts to benefit his Democratic Republican Party. So in other classes, there used to be a political party called the Democratic Republicans. Can you believe that? Yes, there was. So when mapped, they were said to resemble the shape of a salamander, hence the name gerrymandering. That's how it got its name. How gerrymandering can swing elections. All right, this is South Carolina. Republican congressional map used in 2012 and 2014. Democratic districts, Republican districts. Hypothetical Democratic congressional map. This is another way you could have drawn the districts, and you could have made more Democratic districts than Republican districts. Swing districts. Hypothetical nonpartisan congressional map. 5-5. See, hypothetically, you could have made them even. You could have given Democrats and Republicans the same amount of districts. All right, here's Wisconsin. The Wisconsin in 2008 prior district plan. So the blue is Democrats, the red is Republicans. And you can see here, look, 52 seats for Democrats, 46 for Republicans. 2010. So look at it in 2010. Seats 38 for Democrats, 60 for Republicans. And then 2012, look what happened. See, you can redraw districts. How gerrymandering works. Gerrymandering helps the party in power to gain seats in the House of Representatives. It can be done in two ways. This goes along with the videos that you're watching for this too. Packing. Put as many members of one party into one district to limit the amount of seats they win. Cracking. Splitting the votes of the opposing party into two different districts. So there's two ways to do it, packing and cracking. All right, so look at this, 60% are green and 40% are yellow. Okay, this is where, after I explain, pause the video and try to do this exercise on your own with the self-pace. So look, there's more blue. Draw 5 districts so that blue will always win. There's more blue. So hint, hint, this is gonna be super easy. So go ahead, pause the video, do this activity. Tell me on the classroom page how you did. Okay, this time, draw 5 districts so red will always win. There are less red. So this is going to be a lot harder. Do your best. Tell me on the classroom page how you did. Okay, so here it is, how to steal an election. So like we were doing, 60% are blue, 40% are red. So to make blue win, I mean, super easy, right? There's more blue. You can just evenly do it like this, like each row. Okay, to make red win, there are less red. Can still be done, but look, it's a lot harder. Look how they did this. Like this district is a T. This district looks like a snake or a salamander. Look how this one's, so it was done, but it was a lot harder. This would be gerrymandering, purposely making yours win. So here are some examples of other districts. So look at this. Look at this district right here in green. It goes from north to south. It basically does look like a salamander. What do you think of the way that that was districted? This is South Carolina. Look at this district. Like this is all one district, this massive part and this massive part, and then all this little tiny bit in between. Do you think that's gerrymandered? Definitely set up the district so one party can win over another. And then look at this one. So as you can see, they're not making perfect shapes. They're trying to get one party to win over another. All right, what if anything is unusual about this image, and what do you think could be done? So let me show this to you, okay? So this is the state of Texas, and as you can see, that like it's this part of Texas is what we're showing. So look at this. This was 2002. Like it's all in the same general area. That would be pretty normal, right? But look at this. It's like a salamander. It goes from the middle of the state all the way to the south. And as you know, Texas is not a small state. So that would be an example of gerrymandering. Or look, this little part of Austin. We made it like this or like this. See how you can draw the districts to make one party win over the other. Supreme Court rulings on gerrymandering. Through gerrymandering, only 1/10 of congressional seats are competitive. It makes a shift of more than a few seats unlikely from one re-election to the next. Supreme Court rulings on gerrymandering. Baker versus Carr in 1962 enabled federal courts to intervene and decide redistricting cases. So basically, the Supreme Court can get involved in gerrymandering. Westbury versus Sanders, 1964, districts must be of equal population. So that still is today. Even if they gerrymander, it has to be the same population as another district. Shaw versus Reno in 1993. Redistricting based on race must be held to a strict standard of scrutiny. You cannot gerrymander based on race at all. That is our lesson on gerrymandering. If at all it was confusing in any way, don't hesitate to ask questions on the classroom page or watch this video again. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.